Bowling from this end gives the batsman the opportunity, even though he may not be thinking of it at the moment. He may be thinking just of a victory. There's the clock right over the top of the pavilion there. Now, if a batsman can hit that from where he's standing with a one shot, he gets $100,000. It's a long way back. It can be done, and it'll be worth it. 100 grand if anyone can do it. 96 for 4 at the end of the over.
Hit the clock for 100 grand. It's not bad, is it? 35 now required from 36.
Match here. As we were saying, if a batsman can hit a ball onto that clock, it's got to be into anywhere in that clock. It doesn't have to be in a specific area. Just anywhere in that clock face, he gets $100,000. And if it is done on the night that it is done, one individual, one spectator in the ground can earn $100,000 as well. Will do. In fact, there will be tickets handed out, and the winning ticket will also collect 100,000. The odds on that are pretty astronomical, but it can be done. Mike Haseman, who's perhaps looking at getting that $100,000 himself, I think he has a bit more information on it. There's his ticket. He's going to win it.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, there's the ticket. And you can see that on the back. I'll just turn it around briefly. There's the number. That's in the air, and it is... What a catch! What an unbelievable catch! That is an absolute beauty. We have seen some catches go down in this tournament. We've seen some outstanding catches taken, and that is one of the hardest in the world to take. Diving forward, falling forward. The important thing there is that he got two hands to it. The spinners are doing the damage. They did a lot of damage in 2006, and the time frame is the batsman to hit him out of the ground. He tried, didn't succeed, but that is an absolutely outstanding catch, and I just wonder how crucial that is going to be. Puts a lot of pressure back on the USVI. So another wicket down, and St. Kitts will be very happy indeed. 97 for 5 it is. So there's a new batsman in now for the USVI. Of course, that pressure has now been transferred a little bit, and what they need is just a little bit of a partnership, I guess, to get things back on track. Right, so as I was saying, this is the ticket. Okay, everyone gets to come in. There's the important number on the back. Now, coincidentally, this one happens to belong to my taxi driver, 5. Here he is, 5.
Hey, what's up?
This is your ticket. You're hoping the clock gets hit, of course, tonight, so you can pick up 100,000. Oh, got it! Oh, he's put it down. Not too much excitement. Maybe a little bit of a nod from the umpire there that there was some connection with the willow. Big dive from the keeper. Yep, top edge onto the body and making some movement now to the leg side. Gets two hands to it, but not in the palm of the hand, just the fingers. Got the big dive out and couldn't quite hang on to it at the end. So this is, as I was saying, this is 5. This is his little ticket, and if they hit the clock tonight, mate, bad luck. I'm taking your ticket, so thanks very much for that.
That's
okay.
We're friends.
We're friends, that's okay. just one more thing about that clock. The clock is also synced perfectly to military satellites. So it never ever is incorrect. So just a tip for you, Coz. Set your watch to it, mate, so we don't have to wait for that tax anymore to come to the ground.
I'll have you know, Hazy, that they set that clock by my watch. Now this could be important here. If it reaches the boundary, and it looks as if it will, it does. So Cornelius gets off the mark. Under on the board, 5 overs remain, just 29 runs to get, 5 wickets in hand. We have a really close match on here. It's going to be the closest of the competition so far. So that is an equation which certainly more than suggests that this is going to be a very close run thing. Now Powell. Now they'll look to scamper 2 here. Fielder on the ball, they're coming back. Good return. Would have had them in some trouble, but in the end 2 comfortably taken. 27 needed now, off 29 deliveries. 104 for 5. They need 131. We're in the 16th of the 20 overs. And to carry through until the end, it is Ian Bishop, and with him, Pat Simcox.
Thank you, Tony. Nerves everywhere. Huggins has played an effective, if a slow hand. It's 25 or 39 balls for him. He has been helped by the quick fire knock from Hamish Anthony. Less than a run a ball required, so he doesn't have to do anything silly. Knocking it around is quite effectively, and if they continue doing that, they should get home.
Now, Bish, Dane Weston sitting in the stand. He's sitting in the little dugout there, and he's got no pads on. But I tell you what, look at that. His body is alive. He may have to come in and knock it around a little bit. He bowled like a champ. And all this emotions could be for nothing if his side don't get home. But I'd like nothing better to see Dane Weston come in and knock it around and go close to winning. Imagine that, he'd run around the whole island.
I don't know how many members of the USVI team will share your wishes. He's enjoyed that as well. He is a live wire, but if he has the serious business of 2 from 2 balls to get at the end. He's done this again, Powell. He's done this time and again. He falls away in his bowling action. The head just goes to the left, and sometimes the wrist breaks and pushes it down the leg side. And he's done it 2 or 3 times already in this spell. 4, in fact. Can ill afford any extra balls because he has to bowl this delivery over again, so it presents an extra delivery and scoring opportunity. That's better.
We are now approaching the time where the metal meets the bone. This is the time where experience comes into play. Knock it around, nothing fancy, don't get out, keep the pressure on the other side, run a ball from here on in, don't try and slog it out.
Experience did not tell Pat Simcox. Experience failed on this occasion. There was no need for Cornelius to have this swing. This is clock. He struck him on the off stump. Marginal though.
I'll go with that. Cornelius leaves for North, face 3 deliveries, 106 for 6 now.
Oh, it's getting tight. 25 runs required from 26 balls. Age 38. Some more experience has come to the crease. Webb. Terrence Webb. He's the new batsman. This is very lucky. I wonder if Mike Haseman agrees.
Yeah, thanks, Bish. I've just found Paul Ryan, who's the president of the Rotary Club of Antigua. Paul, enjoying the game?
Very much so. Very interesting game.
Just tell us briefly about Rotary and Rotaract, what they're up to.
Well, Rotary is the largest service club in the world. 33,000 clubs around the world. I'm from the Rotary Club of Antigua, and with me is Kyron Salmon. He's the president of the Rotaract Club. Together we have about 50 members, 60 members, and we raise funds to help poor, needy people who need medical assistance, and we do a lot of community projects around Antigua just to help them develop the country and help people who really are in need.
Okay, well, that's great. Keep up the good work and enjoy what's going to be a very tight game.
Very tight game, and we're looking. So looks as though the USVI is going to take it home today.
It's going to be tight. 109 for 6.
22 runs needed from 4 balls. 109.
22 runs required from 24 balls. 4 wickets left. That is the key here. Wickets are the key. If they can just maintain their composure, they consider themselves favourites. If they lose a couple more wickets, tables will turn. Welcome back, everyone. If you're thinking 22 runs from 4 overs with 4 wickets in hand, batting team would be considered at this point slight favourites, but the composure that you can usually utilize as an observer of the game beyond the boundary is not necessarily what is exhibited in the middle. Nerves take over and strange things happen because the peer in the middle can sometimes see it differently. Required rate is just 5.5. Terrence Ward into the attack. No wickets yet. And they've got a batsman at the crease in Huggins who's been there for a while. 69 minutes. And that's an advantage. Dot ball. Dot ball, hugely vital here as well.
Bit of a mix-up, but they got through for the single, and they've got the man on strike that I think is going to be the deciding man in the game. Huggins has got to win it. Huggins is on 28. He's hit 1-4, he's just knocked it around, he's got experience, he's got good form. And he is the man now that will need to maintain composure. And the hard part is to maintain it, because your emotions tell you, just have a go. 1-4.
Come on, lads, come on, boys, come on, boys!
It should just be 1. The fielding from St. Kitts hasn't been as spot on as I think it needed to be tonight, or needs to be. There have been a few simple errors along the ground. Ground fielding has been untidy.
Come on, T-boy, come on!
What is the field? There's a long on and long off. There's a sweeper offside, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg. Oh, I just spoke about the fielding. I spoke about the ground fielding, but the catching has eluded them here as well.
Colin Cannonier, if this game goes to the wire and they lose, we'll have sleepless nights about that. But again, the batsman hitting the ball in the air unnecessarily. 113 for 6.
Well, nervous times, really nervous times. Look at the eyes. The mind is working overtime here. What is the plan? They've got all the support from the dugout. Ah, Weston's got the pads on. He's got the pads on. He's got some heart and he's patriotic to the flag. Time for prayer. So many emotions fluctuate from the ball to ball, over to over. Starts to get nervous. 18 from 18. Not out, says umpire Duncan. Might have been sliding down the leg side on that occasion. But a dot ball nevertheless. Where are the gaps? There's no one at square leg. If the length is short enough or the line straight enough, it can be worked through square leg or straight down the ground. He goes straight down the ground for one.
Players around the world that are well known to finish games, Michael Bevan, Lance Klusener and the like. You need them. That's the kind of man. Those are the gaps.
We want to know where the gaps are in the field. If it's not a boundary ball, then at least you're looking to work with the angling of the bat into maybe a cover area square of the wicket on the offside. Now mid-off and mid-on, they've come up, they're in the circle.
Nothing wrong with that. Get the men up, create the pressure, ask the batsman to go over the top. If you push them back, they're going to get a run of ball anyway. The game's gone from you. You've got to make the play now. And now they know that Huggins holds the key. A boundary here in the next couple of balls is critical. In world cricket, who would you choose to be batting now, Bish?
There's no doubt that Mike Hussey has made a name for himself with the coolness that he exhibits towards the end of the innings. And there are a number of players, big name players who you can call, but I think from what I've seen lately as a finisher, that he's amongst the best, if not the best at the moment. That's critical. That is a dot ball. That is almost as vital as a wicket, almost, because it builds pressure. 15 runs required from 13 balls.
Yep, and he got a hand on it just. Could have been a 2 had he missed it. And now we're down to this fine line. We're inside edge, can go for 4, outside edge, a drop catch, a half a chance, a run out maybe. Oh. The misfield, just a single. Oh, a single now is worth so much. It ends the over. 117 for 6.
Well, I have to say, with that single off the last ball, St. Kitts, not amongst the best fielding teams I've seen in the tournament so far. We haven't seen everyone, but look at the eyes there. He's puffing, he's blowing. Huggins. Everyone's getting tense now. Jason Sadler bowled 1 over for 11 runs, and now he has to come and bowl the penultimate over of the match. So when you haven't had a good spell so far for the evening, sometimes you lack in confidence, and now you have to put all that behind you, which is not easy, and come in to bowl a very, very important over in the context of the match. That is terrible feeling. Again, that is terrible. That is shocking. And if you lose the game, if you're St. Kitts, it is because one of the things you haven't done is fielded well, and it's the captain, Steve Liebert.
Yeah, I think it's the pressure. Bish, I'm going to stand a little bit. I'm getting a little nervous now. It's getting too close for me. I'm hoping that those folks at Vaughan Collins and around the world that you're watching, Stanford 20, all down the ground, they look for 2. No, they won't. Just a single. Don't fumble. Get it in nice and quick. It's still in the balance. It is still in the balance.
11 runs required.
11 from 10. It's going to go down to the last over. Now let's just start talking a little bit about what happens if. What happens if scores are equal?
Has it gone away? It's gone! It's gone! It's a biggie! It's out of here! Huggins could be the match winner. He should be the match winner. And Weston can feel it, he can smell it, he can taste it. It's so close. They're almost there.
Take a good look at that, folks. That birthday boy's in his seat. He's loving it.
Just 4 to win.
Man, oh man, I am not sure where Dane Weston's going to run when this last run is scored. Bish, he's going crazy already.
Open the gates. Open the gates and let him out. Let him out of the ground. Oops. Oops. Not finished yet.
Yes, all right. Yeah, he's jumping over the stand. He's going to jump right over. Go, you good thing, he's saying.
Uh-oh. 4 to come off the last over. 127 for 6. Man, oh man, we've had one that is going to be a tie. West Virgin Island supporters, members of Parliament, and the St. Kitts fans hoping. Don't blink, folks. Don't blink. We have a tester. They've come all the way from the USVI to support their team, and they're on the brink. They're on the brink of something of an upset. St. Kitts came in as favourites. Terence Ward will bowl the last over. 4 runs required to win. 3 for a tie to lead to a bowl out. 6 balls Pat Simcox.
I'm finding it difficult to breathe. 4 from 6. I've been there, Bish. I've been there on the last ball to face McGarrell from the West Indies to get a 1 to win. Klusner on the other end, face 1 ball. It's never nice, and I'm just hoping that I'm going to see Dane Weston play again. Security are out because Weston's going to go crazy. Spare a thought for the blokes from St. Kitts. They've worked pretty hard. They've got themselves into a position now. It's all down to 1 over. Now, what is going through Huggins' mind? Does he get a single and give it to his partner? Does he take his time, wait for the right one, and slog it straight back?
Well, a loud groan from this crowd. Calvin Williams, the seamer, has only bowled 3 overs. He will not bowl his 4th over tonight, so this is a big move, having the off spinner bowl this final over by Steve Liebert. Oh, it's gone, that's it! Victory! Victory to the USVI! It's a misfield by Calvin Williams. St. Kitts are eliminated. And a wonderful innings by Huggins, 43 not out, sends the USVI fans into raptures.
Pandemonium has broken out on the pitch. Just enjoy these scenes, folks. As good as you get. Well played. Captain Huggins, you've done it well. You've seen it through. He wants to be put down on the turf. Richly deserved. He worked really hard all the way, and saw it through. What a night it is for US Virgin Islands. They've come along as underdogs and taken home the money. There's going to be partying in Antigua and the USVI tonight. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Back again next week, folks. They're playing against the home side, Antigua. And what a game it's going to be. Weston's got the flag around him. What a birthday. You've got a feel for St. Kitts, a little disappointing for them. They lost in the last one in the first round. They've done it again. They've come here with expectations, and this is where it finished. A hit across the line from Huggins. It rolls away. The fielder dives in vain, hits the hand, and over she goes. And that is the ball game. Oh, yes, please. So the crowd all around, that's the batting card. 43 from Huggins, 28 from the Anthonys, and then Webb just 7 at the end, knocking it around, making sure they got home. So 131 for 6. There you go, those are the bowling figures. You've got a feel for them. They lost their way, they used many bowlers, but I think what cost them at the end was the 17 extras. 17, far too many defending that score. Not enough.
Not to worry, this veteran. It was an upset. It certainly was an upset, but a tremendous match. St. Kitts are, in fact, the 50 overs champions of the Leeward Islands. So for them to be beaten in a 20 overs match by the USVI, the oldest team in the competition, average age 36, you'd have to say it was an upset. But from the beginning, we look at Dane Weston. He's a showman. He's built for television, as you say, but he brings an energy and an enthusiasm from the very beginning with his opening spell with all of that vibes coming out that seemed to go through, to permeate the entire team. They were the ones who were pumped up at the beginning. St. Kitts were not. St. Kitts looked very flat from the beginning, and it took that innings from Liburd to put some a little momentum into the innings. And then, you know, once they got 130, if they'd made 150, I think it would have been beyond the USVI. But then the USVI 130, in comes Hamish Anthony, as we well know from way back when he was playing for the West Indies, when he was playing for the Leewards, a very dangerous hitter. And he comes in 21 in 1 over, and that just tilted the balance once more. He got out in a reckless fashion, but there was Huggins to remain to the end. Tremendous cricket match, fantastic scenes at the end. You know, it's just what the tournament wanted at this stage.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. We'll pause there for a moment, Tony. I think you've covered it quite nicely, so I won't hold you back any longer. We'll go straight down to the presentation where Mike Hazeman is waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stanford 2020 2008 has come alive, and welcome to the presentation. Alongside me, I have Antigua and Barbuda's national hero, Sir Vivian Richards, who's going to be handing out the cheques tonight on behalf of Sir Alan Stanford, and also Mikey Holding, who's going to be announcing the man of the match on behalf of himself, Andy Roberts, and also Lance Gibbs. First person I want to chat to tonight after a magnificent game is the losing skipper, Steve Liburd. Steve, if you can just come forward, please. Steve, bad luck. I would imagine you're absolutely shattered right now.
Yeah, very shattered. We feel it poorly, just to put an exclamation point on it.
So, I mean, is that the only part that really concerned you? I'm sure there was maybe at the start of the batting.
Well, the start of the batting, but we recovered well. We thought 131 was a good score, but as I say, in the bowling part, we bowled a lot of extras, and we feel the batting.
You've put a lot of hard work into this tournament, and it's all over pretty short, sharp and shiny. Now what? Back to the drawing board?
Well, obviously we have to go back to the drawing board. Second year when we were out in the first round, so we have to go back to the drawing board and look how we can improve for next time.
Okay, Steve, bad luck.
Thanks.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain of St. Kitts, Steve Liburd. I'd now like to introduce the play of the match. Now, the play of the match is going to win a cheque worth $10,000 US from Sir Vivian Richards. And if I can now just ask you to look at the big screen and you'll find out who the player of the match winner is. It's a magnificent catch in the outfield from Shane Jeffries. Very, very good grab indeed. We've seen some very fine catches so far. And Shane Jeffries, I'd like to ask you to please come forward. Please, Shane. If you can please get the player of the match check from Sir Viv. There you go, $10,000 US. Shane Jeffers, if you can just come forward to let me have a quick chat. Very good grab, but I guess, you know, the check doesn't help for the disappointment, does it?
Definitely not. I would have preferred to win.
Talk me through the catch.
Well, basically, you had to get it. It was a matter of taking wickets at that point in time, and I just had to get it.
Okay. Terrific catch. Take the check. You have to share that with your teammates, I would imagine?
Definitely.
Okay. Well, bad luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. There you go. There's the player of the match, Shane Jeffers. I'd now like to introduce Mikey Holding. Mikey, if you can just please come forward and let us know your thoughts about the man of the match.
Thank you very much, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there were three really noteworthy performances in this game today. Steve Liburd, of course, got a first half century of the 2008 Stanford 2020. Then you had Hamish Anthony, who got a couple of wickets, and also a quick fire 20 out of very few deliveries. And, of course, the captain. Where is he? Oh, yes, of the USVI team. My team, ladies and gentlemen, I have to boast here tonight. We had a big fight in the commentary box, to be honest, up in the bowlers club rather, because it's three of us who are deciding who the man of the match is. Lance Gibbs, Andy Roberts, and myself. And I had to put a bit of tape over Andy's mouth because he wanted a particular person, and of course Lance Gibbs and myself wanted Sherville, the USVI captain. Sherville, could you come forward, please? You are the man of the match.
Thank you, Mikey. Congratulations, Sherville Huggins. Sherville, a winning captain as well. Man of the match winner. He gets that lovely check, the big check of $25,000 US from Sir Viv Richards. There you go, Sherville. If you'd like to just come forward and have a quick chat with me as well. Sherville, I bet you and your teammates are going to be celebrating tonight.
Of course, no doubt about that one. We came here to do that, and that's what we did.
How determined were you and how confident were you, of course the underdogs, that you were going to get up and win tonight's game?
Well, when my two openers went that early, I know I had to dig in. Even though I'm fighting the flu, I had to dig in and perform the way that I know as a leader, and that's what I did.
I guess you got some inspiration from Dane Banger Weston.
Oh, them guys, Bango and Hamish, they started very well in the bowling, and that gave us a good score to defend.
Okay, sure. Well, congratulations on the man of the match and also, of course, as winning captain, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for that, man.
Okay, there you go, Sherville Huggins. Thank you to Savev and also Mikey, and that concludes the presentation.
Yeah, what a wonderful game it was here at the Stanford Cricket Ground, and well, USVI, the first upset of the tournament, but there won't be a pushover in the coming up rounds of this tournament. Let's have a look at what is to come in the Stanford 2020-2008. The next match comes on the Stanford Cricket Ground here in Antigua on Friday, and it features St. Vincent taking on St. Martin in match number 6. Once again, it's been a pleasure for us to bring this game to you. We thank you very much for your company. Look forward to seeing you next time.
2020, are you ready? 2020, come rise up.